Hi lovely people, welcome back to my tutorial for today. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your love. And please, if this is your first time, kindly help us by hitting on that red icon to subscribe. And also touch the notification bell to get yourself notified whenever I upload a new video. So now today's class, we shall be looking at how to make a maternity dress. Okay, so for the course of this tutorial, we shall be making a very free A-shaped gown with cold shoulder sleeve. All right, okay. So here I have my shoulder measurement, where my measurement will be starting from those points. Then here I have my half length, which is 16 inches. And from my half length, I have my hip measurement, which is 9 inches. And from down there, I have my full length, which is 39 inches. I added 1 inch for my folding, making it 40 inches. Okay. So first I folded my fabric into 4. Okay, I folded into 2 and I fold again, making it 4. And as you can see, it's equal because this dress won't be having a zipper. All right. So from here, so from my measurement to be starting from this point. Okay. All right. So the shoulder I'm working with is 14 inches. Divide by 2 to make it 7 inches. Okay. All right. So I'll mark 3 inches for our shoulder slope, which is constant. So from this my 7 inches now, I will mark my 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Okay, so the armhole I'm working with is 15 inches. Divide by 2 to give us 7.5. So from this 1 inch here, I will take my 7.5. Okay, all right, so here I will make a straight line. Okay, I'll also make a straight line here to connect my armhole measurement. Here, I'll connect my shoulder slope from the 1 inch to my 3 inches. Okay, all right. So at this place now, I will take our bust measurement. So the bust measurement I'm working with is 37 inches divided by 4 to give us 9.25. Okay, so here I will take my 9.25. Okay, so I'll add 2 inches. Okay, all right. So this 2 inches now is for the ease, and I'll add extra 1 inch for our seam allowance. Okay, the waist I'm working with is 32 inches. Sorry, 33 inches. Divide by 4 to give us 8.25. Okay, so I'll mark my 8.25 and I'll add extra 3 inches. I'm adding 3 because it's supposed to be very free. Okay, remember it's a maternity dress. So here I'll add 1 inch for our seam allowance. So the bust I'm working with is 42 inches. The hip I'm working with is 42 inches. Divide by 4 to give us 10.5. So I'll mark my 10.5. That here I will add extra 3 inches. Okay, and I'll add 1 inch. Okay, okay, at my hip line I have all together plus my allowance and my ease, I have 14.5 inches. Okay, so coming down to the hemline, I'll also mark my 14.5. Okay, I'll also take my 14.5 inches. Then here I'll come out by 2 inches. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and connect my lines. Okay, so because remember we said that this is a maternity dress, so I won't be making use of this my waistline. okay? But you can just go this way and go that way, then down. But for this, from my bust measurement, I will just connect it down to my hip line, okay? I'll just connect it to my hip line and down to my hem line. All right. I don't necessarily need a shape at it, okay? If not, I'll just go by this way, what we measured before, but I don't need this. Okay. So this is what I need. Okay. So here, I will look for the half of my armhole. And you know we have 7.5, so half of it will be giving us 3.75. okay, so from this 3.75 now, I will connect it. I'll come out here by 1.5 at this place. Now I'll come out by 1.5 inches, which is here. So I will connect this way to meet this 1.5 and to meet my bust measurement. Okay. All right. But if you have your French curve, you can just use it and connect it. Okay. So coming to our neck depth, our neck width, I'll be making use of 3.5 inches, and for the neck width, for the neck depth, I'll be making use of 4.5 for the front, and for the back, I'll be making use of 1.5. Okay, so I'll connect this my 1.5 to those 3.5. Now connect this 3.5 to my 4.5. Okay, so now I can go ahead and cut it out. Okay, so this is what we have. As you can see, I've cut off the back neck, so I'll just separate it and cut out my front neck. Okay, so this is all for the front. So I'll go ahead now. If you want to use a lining to turn it, you cut out your lining. But for this, it won't be needing I won't be adding a lining to it. Okay. All right. So what I will just do is to use my bias to tape the necklines. Okay. I'll use my bias to tape the neck. All right. Okay, and I'll also use my bias to tape this armhole. Okay, reaching to like 5 inches. Remember I said this is we'll be having a cold shoulder play. Okay, so here I will close it up with my bias till like 5 inches. Okay, where I'll be attaching the flay of the sleeve. All right, so we go ahead now and cut out our sleeve. Then after that, I will go tape the neck. Then I'll join the shoulders. Then I'll use the 1 inch that I removed to shape up the bodies. So for the sleeve, I'll be cutting the 2 sleeves together. So first I will fold my fabric into 2. Okay. All right. Then I'll fold again like this. Okay. So looking at our picture, you see that it's a kind of a cone sleeve. Okay, not a full flay. All right, so here I will take like 4 inches because it's not tight, it's a little bit dropping. Looking at the picture of the dress that we are making. So here I will take like 5 inches, and this is totally subject to adjustment. Okay, so when you fix it, if it didn't give you what you want, you can just from the armhole adjust it. All right, so here I'll be using length of 5 inches, so I'll take my 5 inches round. Okay. Okay, so just go ahead now and cut it out. So I have my 2 sleeves. Okay, all right, so I'll just tape up this part. Okay, I'll just tape out this part this way, and I'll fix this to the armhole. Okay, all right, so I'll just quickly go to my machine now and do justice to that. And I've also cut out my pocket. Okay, all right, so I'll just come back and show you guys the results. Okay, so as you can see, I've carefully taped my neck with my bias. Okay, and I've also used my bias to cover up those parts. Okay, so I just left the space that I'll be fixing the sleeve. All right, and at this side I've gone ahead to join my sleeve. Okay, okay, so what I did is just to tape the upper part in the lower part, but you can also just fold in. So but I just use my bias so that my work will be neat. So I'll just go ahead now to join this one this way. At this part now, this opening part, I'll just fix it, turning the right face of my dress. I'll just fix it this way. Okay, and close it up. So I will do the same thing at this other side. Okay, all right, now fix this one. So after that, I'll just use 1 inch. I'll just use 1 inch to close up the bodies. I'll just use 1 inch to close up the side. So in fixing the pocket, from my armhole, I'll just take 6 inches. Okay, from my armhole, I'll just take 6 inches, and from that 6 inches now, I will mark it. Then I'll mark it, and from that 6 inches, I will take my 7 inches. Okay, so those 7 inches here now is where my pocket will be sitting. Okay, so this is my pocket. I've sewed it up round. So what I will do is just to open up this plate. When I was stitching it, I left some little space, like say 1 inch here. So I will just open it up this way and make sure that when you're looking at this pocket, you will see that this place is more lengthy and here is curvy. So this part that is curvy should be the part that will be facing the upper part of your dress, while this one will be facing the down part of your dress. Okay, so here I will open it up this way, then I will open up this one, and I will stitch I will stitch it up this way, okay? And I will turn it like this and stitch this part to the other side. Okay, so I'll do the same thing at the other side of my dress, okay? Then after that, I will fold my hemline, and that will be all, and you will see the beautiful dress at our mannequin. Okay, so thank you for watching till the end, and please don't leave without subscribing. See you in my next class. Love you all. Bye.